We set up this fitness reality weight rack in our garage for our son so that he could have a place to work out. But the only problem is he leaves his weights lying around all over the place. And then I have a bad shoulder, so I like to come in here and hang on the chin-up bar to stretch out my shoulder, but the weight bar's in the way and all these weights are around here. So to clean up in here, I decided to get one of those weight rack holders. So here's everything that you get in the box. You get the main bar here that holds everything together. You get the 3 bars here to put your weights on. You get an instruction manual right here on how to put it all together. You also get these rubber bumpers there that go right in there to keep the weights from banging against the rack here. Get a little box of hardware and a wrench, and then you get some feet right here to hold it all together. All right, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I put this together. This thing's pretty simple here, but it can look a little complicated because basically they give you this diagram here, and it shows you where everything goes right there. They also give you some written instructions here, and then that's what it should look like when it's done. There's another page right here with more diagram there. Shows you everything and how to put it all together. So that's pretty helpful. And then more written instructions here. So that's what your manual looks like there. Okay, so the first part of it here shows that we take this big piece right here, and then we put the feet on it. The feet got the rubber pads on the bottom there. Put that together there, and then that'll hold it all upright. They're the screws that are a little bit shorter there. You can see there's 2 different sizes. You get 4 of the number 1 screws, and then 3 of the number 2 screws along with your little wrench. Sometimes these little bolts can be greasy, so I like to just save a piece of cardboard from the box to set everything on. You could use the included tool right here, or you could just use a little socket wrench. This is a 1/2-inch socket here, and it fits inside here, so it might be a little bit easier to use a little socket wrench. You just get this lined up right here, and then screw these in. I like to screw it in by hand first, and then that way you don't have to worry about cross-threading it. And then you can just take your little socket wrench there and finish tightening it up. Same thing over here on the other side. And then I'll just put the other 2 on the back side. Okay, once you got this part put together, it says to put the weight horns in. These are the weight horns, part C. So we'll go ahead and put those in. There is a hole here, which I think would screw into this side there, so line the hole up with that hole there. So just line your holes up right there like that. All right, so once you got all the weight holders in there, then you can go with these bolts right here. This is the number 2, so you want to go ahead and stick those in there now. All right, so there's our bolt there. We're going to just go ahead and screw that in. Same thing here, just put it in hand tight. And then once you get it hand tight, you can finish with the wrench. You just want to make sure you don't cross thread it. You might have to wiggle this piece around a little bit to get it to line up right. And then you can just take your little socket wrench and tighten it up. There we go. Same thing on the next 2 here. Just kind of wiggle this around until you get it to line up right there, and then put it in hand tight. And tighten it up with your wrench. Okay, once you get all these screwed in, then you just take your rubber pads here and you put them on the ends here. It can be a little bit tough to get on there, but you just kind of force them on there. This is probably the hardest part of the whole thing, is just pushing these on here. A little bit of a finger workout there. You just keep working on it, and just takes a little bit of force and a little bit of patience. If you try and do it this way, it's not going to go on, but I found if you just push it like this back and forth, it'll just go on there. And then you'll have a nice secure fit there. All right, there it is all put together. This thing looks pretty nice. It's the Fitness Reality brand. It's a pretty good brand. They have nice welds on it here. and they have like a nice powder coat on here, so it's got a nice finish on it. And these are a nice chrome here with a really smooth plastic here. It feels like there's not any bumps or anything there, so this should fit on smoothly and the weight should come off. And then it's got the nice rubber pads on there. And then it's got the two holders there for the weight bars. All right, let's go ahead and put this thing in the garage and see how it works. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the weights on here, and we'll see if I can get this area cleaned up a little bit. There's plenty of room to hold the bigger weights here on the bottom, and with the other two racks you can put different size weights up there. And then it's also got the place here to put your bar there, and there's another place in the back if you want to put another bar there too. Seems pretty stable, doesn't really move around too much the way the feet are shaped there. The bar seems like it's pretty stable too. Yeah, this thing's pretty nice. And most important of all, there's not a bunch of weights on the floor.